Not the flawless victory that we all wanted, but for a Mortal Kombat film series, this is a step in the right direction. What's going on, people? This is Joshua from Filmmaker doing our first reviews, where I talk movies, TV, and music, giving you guys a brand new 2021 review. If you guys are new to the channel, I would like to thank you all so much for watching. Please be sure to like this video, comment down below what you guys think of Mortal Kombat 2021. Be sure to share this video, as well as hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to get notified when news videos are up. And I'm here to give you guys my review of Mortal Kombat, the brand new Mortal Kombat. Yep, the reboot of the film franchise, as well as being the third film in live action, but the fourth film overall in the series of movies. And this is directed by McQuoid in his directorial debut, written by Greg Russo and David Callaham, which the second writer will be writing Shang-Chi and the Legends of the Ten Rings. I can't wait for that. Based on the Mortal Kombat video games, produced by James Wan, this stars Louis Tan, Tadanobu Asano, McCall Brooks, Ludi Lin, Jessica Magnami, Hiroyuki Sanada, Ludi Lin, Shin Ha, Josh Lawson, and Sissy Stringer. And a washed up MMA fighter, and he is unaware of his hidden image or why he is being hunted down by Sub-Zero of the Lin Kuei clan of assassins. Concerned for the safety of his family, he seeks out a clique of fighters who were chosen to defend Earthrealm in a high-stakes battle against the forces of Outworld in a tournament known as Mortal Kombat. If you're going into this for a deep plot with great character development, Oscar bait nominee performances, you're not gonna get that here as a cinephile fan. But if you're going this just to have some kick-ass fun and have a fun time at the movies or at home, because this is in theaters today and on HBO Max, and I just got done watching it, then you guys are gonna be pretty excited. I was excited for a new Mortal Kombat movie because, of course, I am a fan of the 1995 Mortal Kombat film by Paul W. S. Anderson. I think it is one of the best video game adaptations, as well as Paul W. S. Anderson's best film, but also Mortal Kombat Annihilation, which is not so good, but I enjoy watching it as a guilty pleasure. I know it's one of the worst reviewed movies of all time, but it's a movie where I just be like, it's stupid fun and I can laugh at it. And Mortal Kombat Legend Scorpion's Revenge was also pretty kick-ass, the anime film from last year, and it was awesome. So I was excited because you had James Wan producing. Is it going to be bloody and R-rated like the games? And then we start hearing stuff about the cast and set photos, but we didn't really get a trailer until later on this year. And I am happy to tell you all that Mortal Kombat 2021 is exactly what I wanted. I'm not saying this movie's perfect, because I do have my issues with it. But as someone who is a fan of martial arts films or movies in general, someone who wants to just turn his brain off and have fun with the new Mortal Kombat movie, I have me a good time with it. First thing that does go with Mortal Kombat 2021 is that I do have to praise the direction and the fight scenes here. I want to start off talking about the fight scenes because this was something that I was the most excited about when it comes to this new Mortal Kombat. We have a chance to go for the game-like style fight scenes, and that's what I very much appreciated when it comes to this movie. This ain't no PG-13 kiddie ride for the kids. This is a full-on R. So if you are somebody who is expecting the games style fighting, like the brutality and the fatalities and the carnage candy, and the way the fight choreography is, you're gonna get that here. The fight choreography scenes are very well choreographed. They're very well shot, very well directed, very well edited. You could tell that this is not a poorly made action film. Simon McQuoid, for his directorial debuts, he does a good job in his directorial debut, and he does great in it. In the execution of the action scenes and the story for what it is. The characters, yeah, we'll get there, but for his direction, I think his direction in the movie is great. I do think that his direction is what makes the movie very entertaining to watch. Also, getting back into the action scenes, like I said, the action scenes are well edited. They're not quick cuts, quick editing, shaky cam all over the place. You can see everything that's going on. You can see who is fighting who. It's not like it's shaky cam in all 13 billion cuts. Every fight scene in the movie with each Mortal Kombat character fighting this Mortal Kombat character is very well done. It's very clean, it's very brutal, especially this is an R rating. People die in here, you get some good blood, even though the blood is CGI and gory. So I definitely have to give Simon McQuoid and the filmmakers praise on the fight scenes and the direction. I was very happy with the direction here of the fight scenes and the action. The story, yes, I do feel like there could have been more to the story, but for the first Mortal Kombat movie, it's good that this is a simple plot. It's a simple story, simplistic story, and I'm perfectly fine with that, because the Mortal Kombat movies, they're not meant to be high or Oscar-worthy type movies. These are movies that are meant to you can just sit down and have fun with. And that's exactly what I got out of this new Mortal Kombat movie, and I was very happy with what they did here. It did respect the characters in the game in a very respectful manner, and I was very much happy with the decision they did there as far as characters go. All of the characters here are very well acted, very well done, except for one. But I will have to say, some of my standouts here, I thought Mikada Brooks as Jax Briggs, I thought he was great. He was, of course, from Supergirl, but it's good seeing him take on a role like this. He does have the metal arms. He does have that badass attitude of Jax, and I found him very convincing in the role. Also, Jessica McNamee, I thought she did a great job as Sonya Blade. She wouldn't have been my first choice for Sonya Blade. I would have picked anyone else like Erin Moriarty or something, which I'm not sure how that would work with Erin Moriarty because of the boys. But I thought Jessica McNamee, she was good in the role, and also she was sexy in the role. She was tough, and she had look for the part. There were a few times with her where I felt her accent was a little slipping out a little bit. I like the guy who plays Raiden. I don't want to butcher his name. He did a really good job as well. He did fine, good what was required of him. I think he's much better than Lambert and James Remar, even though I don't hate their performances. My two big standouts here for me were Joe Taslim as Sub-Zero and, of course, Hironaki Sanada as Scorpion. These two are awesome. When you see Scorpion and Sub-Zero at the end of this movie, or in this movie, no spoilers, it is awesome. And I love that. I love that, of course. Also, Melina was very cool as well, played by Sissy Stringer. Also, she's a gorgeous new addition, so that is that. Everyone else in the cast I thought was really good. You have Ludi Lin as Liu Kang. Our main guy, Louis Ten's Cole Young, I thought he was pretty entertaining in his role. He wasn't Oscar-worthy, but he was entertaining for his part, and everybody else in the cast was really good. Now, the fatalities. As I said in the action scenes praise, I will say it here again. Without the blood and gore and the fatalities, this would be a tasteless Mortal Kombat movie. So I appreciate the fact that they went for the games, played the games, and looked at the games and said, we're going to take what's in the games and we're going to translate it here from screen, and so it's fatalities, and the fatalities are awesome. Yes, again, it's CGI, but it's fine. I'm not going to really knock the movie down for that either. Also, let's get into it. The musical score by Benjamin Wallfish is very awesome. It's very epictastically fun to listen to. It's a nice, epic, grand scale martial arts action film type score. but I very much appreciate what Benjamin Walsh does with that, especially in the last 18 to 20 minutes of the movie with the fight between Sub-Zero and Scorpion. And they do have a lot of the classic things that makes Mortal Kombat what it is, from the catchphrases to the movements of the characters. Also, as well, I do have to touch upon the way this movie looks. This is a very well shot film. The locations are very well done, even though some of it they did use some green screen in the effects at times, which I gotta say I'll get to. The cinematography and the production design, the location work is stunning. This is one of the most beautifully shot films I've seen all year, right next to Godzilla vs. Kong. Dune is going to have a hard time doing this, but since it's Denis Villeneuve, it's going to be cool. And I definitely have to give credit to the cinematography of this movie for what they did, because the cinematography is awesome and it is amazingly cool, especially the camera shots, the way how certain things are lit up, how certain things are framed, especially how the action scenes are framed and well shot and well choreographed. I like that. That was epictastically fun, and I have a good time with that. But let's get into the big thing that I think is miles better than both 90s films. The effects. The effects, there is CGI here, but with the budget they had, it is practical and CG. But the CGI is so much better than it was in the 1990s, and it's a lot better than a lot of the god-awful CGI in Mortal Kombat Annihilation. It is really good CGI for the budget they had. And I was very impressed with a lot of the CGI, especially the CGI with the powers, with the fire, with Scorpion, with Sub-Zero's powers. I thought all of that was really freaking cool. And yes, of course, since this is an R rating, you get the cutscenes, you get the violence, and you get the swearing. You get exactly what you came here for a Mortal Kombat movie. And I'm gonna say this once, and I'll probably say it again by the end of the video. If you are going into this as a Mortal Kombat fan, knowing what you're gonna get, this is going to satisfy a lot of you guys here. Now, getting into the thing I'm mixed about was our main character. Like I said in the positives, he is good. While I don't mind the character being called Cole Young, I do kind of wish he was called Takanada from the games instead. I get his motivation on why he's doing this, but I also felt like this could have just easily been Takanada. So I can definitely understand some people not being interested in the main character and his story, but I found his story interesting enough. It's an interesting enough thing that they chose to go with. This is something that I was very mixed about. This is kind of like a thing I wish they would have done. I wish they did include the Mortal Kombat theme, which is redone here for the movie. I wish it was included a little bit more into the movie here, and during the action scenes and such. You get hints of it throughout the movie, but you also get a little bit of it when you get to the full thing towards the credits. There is some setup for a sequel, which honestly it's fine. It didn't really bother me as much, but I kind of wish they would wait until you get to the end credits to do that. But these are all the Getting into my negatives, of course, I did mention everyone did a good job in this cast, except for one, and that's Kano. While Kano is very much like he is in the games, and I definitely liked Josh Lawson's performance as portrayal as Kano, I thought that Kano was very annoying and obnoxious at points. Of course, I know this is how his character is supposed to be in the games, but it just got to a point where it's like, kill him off already. But he did have some funny jokes, and he did have some things that made me laugh. But there were also some things in his dialogue where I felt like it was a little too much, and you didn't really need this, you didn't really need that. You could easily tone him down a little bit. But still, I thought that it was a good enough performance. But when it comes to the way he's portrayed here, it gets to a point where it becomes very obnoxious and very annoying. The script is not anything to write home about, or story. This is a simple story, it's a simple script, and I definitely have to say that this is one of the things that even people who are not Mortal Kombat fans is easily going to be judging. I haven't played any of the games, but I am familiar with Mortal Kombat. I have watched the movies, and I know the characters' names. So, I do wish that there was more to the story and much more time for characterization on a lot of these characters. But I get it, this is the first movie, and they didn't want to stretch out the movie's runtime to a little too long. Which the movie is well paced. An hour and 50 minutes gets you straight in, gets you straight out. It did not drag at all. But the first couple of minutes, it did take a while to get used to and to get invested in. But once you get invested into the 40-minute mark, you start to enjoy things. So, because I'm pretty sure somebody is going to bring this up in any review you see of this movie. Yes, there is no Johnny Cage in this movie, and that is something I do wish he was in it, but at the same time, I can see why they saved him for future movies. I'm glad that he's not in this movie, because you don't want to kill off that character again. You don't want to make the same mistake you did twice. So I'm fine with him not being in the movie. But at the end of the day, guys, I was very happy with Mortal Kombat 2021. Again, this is not going to be Oscar-worthy type caliber film. This ain't high art. If you are a fan of the games and you love this franchise from the start since the games and have been bleeding and hoping for a new Mortal Kombat movie in the new decade, in the new millennium, nearly 2 decades after Mortal Kombat Annihilation, this is going to be the movie that's going to be your thing. But if you are just a regular movie fan who has never played the games or such, this movie is not going to be your type of thing, and you will probably look this down as another video game adaptation. But if you go into this movie knowing exactly what you're going to get, I think you will be very happy with this. I have fun with this movie. I definitely want to see more of the Mortal Kombat movies, and yes, hopefully we get Johnny Cage in the sequel, we get more characters like Jade and Katana in sequels. I'm all for it. Bring it on. So at the end of the day, I'm going to go ahead and give Mortal Kombat 2021 a highly recommended. As that was my spoiler-free, happy, enthusiastic review for Mortal Kombat 2021. I hope you guys enjoyed this. In the comment section down below, what did you think of Mortal Kombat? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Are you somewhere in the middle? All my social media links are in the description box down below. If you want to license some money to my charm, or you want some fan mail, you can email me and DM me privately there as well. If you want to send something from my Amazon wish list, you can do that too. Be sure to check out my merchandise store. Also, be sure to go over and subscribe to the 5 Film Geek podcast, which will be starting that very soon. And with that being said, you guys keep it cool and join the Epictasticness.